What up, fish people? Kenny E with Danikin Aquatics. Hey guys, I am stoked out of my mind tonight. A good friend of mine, Ethan, hooked me up with a pair of Oscars. Let me introduce you to the biggest one's name is going to be Vidar. That's a Norwegian god. And then the other one is going to be Loki, god of mischief. So anyway, this is Vigar and Loki here. Loki, I'm sorry. Anyway, pair of tiger Oscars. Love them to death. Huge guys. The biggest one's like over 12 inches and the smaller's 10 plus inches. And I dedicated this 120 gallon living space to them. I'm thinking I might end up taking this rock on the left here down, put it more to the ground level for them, give them more space to swim. Wasn't expected to be quite this big, but they are beautiful. I love them. And as you can see, they're flaring lots of good looking color here. Vidar and Loki. Been a busy weekend for me. My wife and I did go up and do the Manzanita run. Got abruptly cut short. I didn't get a chance to get back on and tell you guys the rest of the adventure. So we're in a separate spot. It's called the Lava Tubes or something over in Sisters. And we were actually looking for lava rock, and my wife found some more killer manzanita. So as we were collecting the manzanita, lo and behold, these crows start going absolutely nuts. I'm like, what's going on? And I happen to look over towards my truck, and here's about a 250, 300 pound mountain lion making its way across the street in front of my truck and heading in our general direction. So, me being the idiot that I am, I had not remembered my 38 with me this particular day. So, I told my wife and the gal Kimberly Holtz that was with us to drop everything and let's get to the truck. So needless to say, we made it to truck okay, no incident with the mountain lion, and that was the end of the looking for any more manzanita. Not that I feel bad. I mean, we did end up with a whole truck full of manzanita wood, but anyway, back to the Oscars, guys. I had Oscars for years. I used to breed these on a consistent basis. And, you know, I've got my fish rooms all set up again since we've gotten back in the business and had this hole in my heart for Oscars, and I finally got them again. Absolutely love them. These guys are pretty special ones, too. They seem to be real healthy, pretty mellow temperament. And I didn't use a net to put them in here. We did, unfortunately, have to use a net to get them out of the last enclosure. So the Loki, or excuse me, Vidar did end up with a little bit of a wound there, but it'll heal up. And then when I got home, I took them out just by hand. I don't like to use nets on these bigger fish if I can avoid it. There was no way to get around it at where we were getting them. Ethan, I thought, did a stellar job of the netting. Just unfortunately, when they're this size, it's hard to, you know, net a fish this size without him doing some damage to himself. But yeah, he got him netted right up. And Ethan's a guy that's been following my channel since day one, and he keeps all kinds of cool fish. He's got a 300 gallon with the most impressive silver arowana, and then he's got a big Midas cichlid, and he's got a Jack Dempsey I gave him. I mean, it's just a killer tank. All kinds of what you would call tank busters. He's got a clown knife in there. It must be at least a foot long, if not longer. It's huge. But yeah, he's a good guy. Loves fish. Just recently set up a saltwater. So maybe one of these days I'll convince him that maybe he'll let me do a segment on his 300 and his saltwater. So, Ethan, if you're listening, I think we should do a tour of your 300 gallon for my folks out here one day. Well, these guys seem to be adapting well. Which is good. God, my heart's just pounding. I'm just so glad to finally have Oscars again. These are like my all-time favorite fish of all. It's just because they're so personable. They got great personalities. Like right now, they don't know me from Adam, and they're already up here trying to introduce themselves, which is awesome. Not really wanting me to pet them yet, but I will train them to do so. I think tonight for their first feeding, I'll probably give them some Nightcrawler or something. A little more substantial, kind of try to get them to chill out. I think I'm going to check this temp too, because I know these guys like to be around 79 to 80. And they're just checking out their tank now. I can tell already this rock on the left's going to have to come out. I don't think they're digging it much. Although if they ever start skirmishing, I think the little one could actually get in there where the big one couldn't. So I think I'll give it a try. As long as they don't gouge themselves on it or anything, I'll leave it up. The angelfish next door to these guys are like, what in the heck is going on here? I don't think they're digging those big old beasts being next to them like that. Vidar and Loki. As always, guys, I greatly appreciate when you subscribe to my channel. For all those that you have, I greatly appreciate it. And if you could, please like it. YouTube has put a lot more stuff as far as being qualified as a creator, where I have to have so many likes and so many subscriptions. Used to be if you had 1,000 viewing hours, you could actually start doing live. Now they're saying that you got to have 1,000 subscribers before you can even do live chats and all of that, which is no big deal. I do 90% would be videotape anyway, but I guess I still could if I get a regular computer versus my phone. As if I want to do everything by phone, I could do a live chat that way, but which I want to start doing eventually here with you guys. I'm getting pretty pumped. For 2 weeks from the day, I will be at All Things Aquarium. They're having a great big barbecue and whatnot. Customer Appreciation Day. They're also going to have major players in the marine world there. I will get you guys the full details here in the next few days and start promoting that for you. If you are a saltwater keeper, I highly recommend you give this place a look-see. The owners are great people. They care about their fish. I always get good quality fish from these guys. So, like I said, if you want to meet me in person, if you're one of my followers or subscribers, by all means, come on out. I'd love to meet you. But again, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Ethan. I love these guys. They're already adjusting well. They seem to be liking the tank just fine. I might end up having to take some of the structure out, though. I'm not sure I want all this structure in here for these guys. I'd rather give them more space to swim. Thought it might be okay, but the more I look at it, I know they like some structure, though. For sure, I'm going to take that centerpiece out. We'll see how they do. If they seem to be not bothered by it, I'll leave it. But it's good to give them something so they're not bored. But if they're anything like the Oscars I've kept in the past, I don't have to worry about it. They'll rearrange everything anyway. So, oh, it feels so good to have them again. No hole in the head disease, which is good. They look pretty healthy in that aspect. Not a lot of battle wounds, which is surprising for Oscars this size. They almost always have some kind of battle wound on them. But like I said, the person I got them from, I know cares deeply for his fish. He always takes care of them. Ethan's a great guy. But these two finished off that wall rather nicely. Looking good. And that space there, we're nursing some sick discus up in the other 100-gallon. That's probably going to end up right there. Then on this wall, I have a 135. So this is going to be like my little hangout area. I'll probably put a nice lazy boy or something down here. Maybe some tunes. This is where I'm planning on hanging out. This used to be my old den when I used to write mortgages out of here, out of my home office here. So I think that's what it's going to. The other 135 I've already got spoken for. That's probably going to end up being some nice pike cichlids, and then the 100-gallon will probably end up being Jaguars and Salvinis. So this will be most of my big boys in this area. Them in the tank behind me that I just briefly showed, that's the one that has our Geophagus Savini, and then we got some angels and some other stuff in there. But anyway, guys, wanted to get a video out to you and show you my two new little buddies here. So that is Loki, and that is Vidar. They're like, how can we get to those angelfish? Classic Oscars. Now, to give you guys an idea, I mean, I'm 6'4" man. There's my hand to give you an idea of the depth and how big these bad boys are. Anybody that shook my hand knows I got pretty good sized hands. So these guys are, I mean, I wasn't expecting to get anything this big right off the bat. I was really considering getting smaller ones and watch them grow out. But Ethan's a good guy. I know how he takes care of his fish. He needed these guys out of the 300 because they were getting picked on. If you guys could believe it, these guys were getting picked on in his 300-gallon, to tell you how massive some of the fish are. The arowana has to be close to, I would guess, 30 inches or so. So yeah, that's something else when, 12 plus inch Oscars are getting picked on in the tank. But his Midas in there has got to be, he's got to be close to a 12 incher himself, which those guys have a little attitude. The Jack Dempsey that I hooked him up with is probably a good 8 inches to 9 inches. So there's some tank busters in that tank. These guys will most likely remain by themselves. I might get, as time progresses, get something in here to help with the tank maintenance, maybe a bigger pleco or something. Because these guys typically are pretty good pigs. So anyway, guys, I won't keep you. As always, love your fish. This is Kenny E with Daniken Aquatics. Gonna check out for now. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and again, thanks for watching. And if you would, please subscribe and like my video. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.